The global shipping industry is bracing for a storm as the U.S. and China engage in a tit-for-tat exchange of port fees, potentially disrupting the flow of goods and escalating tensions between the two superpowers. A trade war escalates. In a move that could significantly impact the maritime world, the U.S. and China are set to implement additional port fees on each other's vessels, with the first charges taking effect on October 14, 2025. This development is the latest chapter in an ongoing trade dispute that has been simmering for years, but now threatens to boil over. China has announced it will collect special charges on U.S.-affiliated ships, but with a twist. Chinese-built vessels will be exempt from these levies. This exemption is a strategic move to encourage the use of Chinese shipbuilding services and challenge the dominance of U.S. shipbuilders. The U.S. government, under the leadership of President Donald Trump, has long sought to counter China's influence in the global maritime industry. An investigation during the Biden administration concluded that China's unfair practices in the maritime, logistics, and shipbuilding sectors warranted action. The U.S. response is twofold: levying fees on China-linked ships and imposing tariffs on Chinese goods. The impact on shipping companies. The shipping industry is caught in the crossfire. Analysts predict that China-owned container carrier COSCO will bear the brunt of the U.S. fees, potentially costing the company billions. In retaliation, China will impose its own fees on U.S.-linked vessels, affecting a significant portion of the global fleet. Exclusive Shipbrokers Inc. warns that this reciprocal taxation could spiral out of control, distorting global freight flows and causing widespread disruption. The situation is further complicated by the U.S. threatening sanctions and port bans on countries supporting an environmental initiative by the UN's International Maritime Organization, which China has publicly endorsed. A controversial intersection of trade and environment. But here's where it gets controversial. The U.S. is using environmental policy as a weapon in the trade war. By threatening sanctions against IMO plan supporters, the U.S. is blurring the lines between trade and environmental concerns. This strategy raises questions about the future of global shipping and the role of nations in shaping it. As the world watches, the shipping industry is left to navigate these turbulent waters. Will the U.S. and China find a way to resolve their differences, or will this tit-for-tat exchange lead to a full-blown trade war? The stakes are high, and the impact on global trade could be immense. Stay tuned as this story unfolds, and feel free to share your thoughts on this complex and controversial issue.